and I really enjoyed being together with you, but also our short excursions in the morning to the local beach for a healthy swim. That was really harmonious, looking after the soul and looking after the body also. So I really enjoyed that very much. Yeah, our topic is a very interesting one. I thought a lot about this topic when Yogesh gave it to me, and I had just a chit chat with him, and I said, should I give a lecture or? And Yogesh said, just tell the story, and probably that's the best what I'm going to do. Talk a bit about my personal experience also in Brahman life, and what motivates me and what keeps me actually running. Yeah, we have in this topic three main things. It's the self, it's Baba, and it's about time. And then of course is also the synchronizing, bring that all together and make it working properly. I'm working since 40 years on this topic, and I'm still not have worked out all the details and achieved what I would like to achieve. But I would say, especially in the last years, I can feel time is changing its properties in a big way. It's sort of accelerating. It's a bit of a strange feeling, and I have the feeling also time is having a new quality. I'm going somewhere. Maybe I was in Antalya for 4 or 5 days, and then when I leave and I'm at the airport, I think I have been there for a month or 2 months or even half a year. That's the feeling, and that's a bit of a strange feeling actually. So that's my personal feeling, but I also ask other BKs about time, and they also have the feeling that the quality of time somehow is changing. And Baba many times says that the every second in Sangam Yuga, where we are right now, corresponds to days or month in the actual cycle. So that's a very interesting relation which Baba gives to us, and somehow I feel that this connection between now the Sangam Yuga and the rest of the cycle becomes more clearer to us. And that's why, at least that's my explanation, that's why I have this feeling that time is more packed, is more intense in a way. Yeah. When I came in Gyan, I felt it was a different story in those days, a different time also in the Yagya. And I came in Gyan, and one brother told me, Golo, we have 3 years' time, and then there will be destruction and transformation. And I said, wonderful, that's fantastic. Let's do 3 years of tapasya, and let's be an angel and fly away, and then the end of the world will happen. And then 87, I asked him, what about the end of the world and all this? And he says, 1 more year. And then I remember we had the year 2000, where also we had this idea or concept, there will be a big bug in the computers, and everything will collapse and break down. And I remember we bought generators, and we stored water in the center, and we did all this kind of stuff. And then nothing happened in the year 2000. The next big date was 2012. And Maya calendar was ending. And many PKs thought this will be some big event, something dramatic will happen. But world was turning on. And the last big disruption or moment where people thought end of the world is coming or time is changing its quality, was the outbreak of COVID. Now, interestingly, in Brahma Kumaris, we are less talking about destruction. We're more talking about transformation or about creation of a new world. So time sort of has a different meaning, slowly, at least for me. When I was younger, I thought, let destruction come as fast as possible. Now I think it'll good to have a little bit more time to do the service which is needed, but also to bring that transformation. And that transformation is also about our title, to synchronize. And when I synchronize with time and with Baba, then of course also the service, the speed of my transformation and the transformation of sanskaras will become much better. So I have to think a little bit about of my relation with Baba, you know. Baba is the teacher. He is the guru, and he's also our friend and also our beloved one. And it is an art to go through all these different experiences and have a profound impact experience of these different relations in your Brahmin life. And I remember when I came in Gyan, I was very much impressed by Baba as the teacher. And my main point was definitely the cycle of times, that another golden age is coming. And and I was not much interested in Baba as the beloved one. And I thought this is more for the sisters and softies. And I thought, because I'm from construction, I thought for me, intellectual understanding is most important and gives me the best opportunity to progress in my Brahmin life. And then I remember one time I was in, and I also thought I have not much of a relation with bhakti in India, and I always thought this is not for me really, you know. Then I was 1986. I went with to Haridwar, and there was a Kumbh Mela, and they asked foreigners to go there and participate. And Brother Brij Mohan and Dadi Chandramani were organizing our exhibition and our Mela. And I remember that we were staying in a dharamshala at the foothills of the Himalayas. And we were going every evening also then to the celebrations which were there. And I saw so much Indian paraphernalia, gurus, cows with 3 horns and 6 hooves, and many magic, many wonders. Everything was on display. It was an incredible scenery unfolding, because Kumbh Mela, so many saints, holy people, and so many devotees come together. And I remember that there was one evening when there was a special ceremony when ladies came to the Matajis. They came actually to the river of Ganga, and they started chanting Jai Jai Ram Ram Jai Jai Ram. And they put little leaves. They made a boat and put a candle in the middle and light the candle and put it on the Ganges, and they worship Ganges as a deity. I've never seen that before. And I thought, wow, they worship Ganges as a deity. And then they started chanting, you know, Jai Jai Ram Ram Jai Jai Ram. And I thought, wow. And then they came with incense sticks, and then everywhere was incense sticks. And then it started all sorts of smells in the air. And then finally, there were many small temples. And this was on the river side where there are the stairs, you know, the ghats. And then you imagine the Ganges comes flowing out of the Himalayas, and the backdrop is the Himalayas, and the sun was setting and the whole sky was red. And then the temples, the bells started ringing, ding, 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 ding. And suddenly it clicked. I was overwhelmed, and suddenly it clicked, and my heart opened to Indian Bhakti. And I said, yes, I also have done Indian Bhakti. And interestingly, that changed also somehow my relation to Baba, because suddenly I opened my heart and I realized, yes, Baba is also the beloved one. He's not only the teacher, he's also the guru, but he's also the father, the mother, and the beloved one. And my heart opened for Indian Bhakti, but also sort of changed my relation to Baba. And I feel part of our journey in Brahman life is that we experience or are able to experience these different relations with Baba, really as a teacher, that we go into the knowledge, understand, yes, I'm a soul, I'm not the body. And we understand that intellectually. But then for real transformation, we also need experiences and we need emotions. It's very important to progress. So I really had this experience, and it enabled me to multiply or have a bigger bandwidth of experience of Baba. And that helped me a lot to progress also in my Brahmin life, and gave me also a new input into my meditation. So Baba, the relation with Baba and the understanding is very, very profound to move ahead. And then, of course, I have to understand about myself, who am I? I'm a soul, I'm not the body. We understand that intellectually from the day one, but our heart somehow is, there is a message. Should I be waiting room? No, I should not become slower. I'm already trying to talk slow. I hope I'm slow enough. So what happened was understanding the self intellectually is a relatively easy thing. I'm a soul, I'm not this body, but next step is to accept it. Next step is to go for it, experience it, and become the embodiment. So these are all different steps, and we're all number-wise in that. And to really transform the consciousness of the body and to stabilize in soul conscious is a real challenge. And when we go through the world and we do our daily activities, Baba many times says, you come into the morning class, you listen to the Murli, and once you get out, you forget everything. And even to me, after 40 years in Gyan, I have situations when my trigger points are being triggered, I completely forget, and I fall into the consciousness of the body. And here I felt that meditation or tapasya, deep experience, when I really can experience myself as a soul or experience the stage beyond, also beyond the senses of the body. We can also call it the bodiless stage. This really helped me to sort of strengthen that experience, that feeling to be the soul and not the body. And the more I meditate, especially when I'm in Madhuban, can go to History Hall, the more I'm there and meditate and repeat, the more I'm coming slowly on the other side, on the side of having this experience as a soul. And it was so beautiful when I came to Yagya. In 85, I came first time to Madhuban, and you came on the courtyard and there were all these daddies sitting, and these daddies were very smart. they were very experienced, and many of them have been from Karachi days. They have done tapasya for many, many years, talking less, exercises of being introverted, and so on, and had a very profound uh, experience and vibration. And I came first time to Madhuban, and I met to the Dadis, to Dadi Janki, Dadi Kumarka, Dadi Gulzar, and I was blown away, because they gave you a loving drishti, and and here you are. You were in a, sometimes they could give you such a powerful drishti that you were in the bodiless state, You experienced that bliss, They could pull you further than actually was supposed, where you're supposed to be. They could pull you out, but like a rubber band, after that, you slowly came back into the body conscious. But having that experience, or seeing the souls, this divine souls as an example, and also seeing in person, having the chance to see in person Bab Dada's program many, many times, left a great impact on me, an impression on me. And what happened is I could, in a way, benefit from the experiences of the Dadis. And they sort of, by the vibration, sort of impart or share with all those who came in contact their experiences. And it became part of my experiences. And I feel how this is also working in Yagya, that the elders are the carriers of some vibration of the forefathers, and they can share it with the newer ones. So actually, the elder Brahmins, they all play a very important role, because they have been part of an earlier generation, imparted by vibration and experience, and they have it automatically in their own energy field and can share it with the younger ones. So the legacy, the vibration from the origin is participating and going through the yagya. This is, I feel, also a very important thing which is going on. So it was very special to observe in my early times the seniors, how they operated, and I was very, very lucky that I got a chance to join the yagya or stay more longer. And as Azigul mentioned, we started in 1990 with the hospital, and I had somehow, I'm getting touchings quite often what to do, and I thought, okay, let's help the hospital and organize some equipment from Germany, and we brought almost 15, 16 sea containers to the global hospital with hospital beds, anesthesia machines, operation tables, gastroscope, endoscopes, blood bank, hospital beds, bedside tables. I dismantled half hospitals, put them in the container, brought them to global hospital, and then I had to stay 1 month in Bombay. Then I had to stay 2 months in Madhuban, unload it, install it. Very funny, many funny stories. I'm a builder, and I had to go into medical engineering. And luckily, my brother is a doctor. And so whenever I didn't understand, I rang him and I said, what is this machine, how to operate it, and how it's going to work? So I was very lucky. I got thrown into situations. I had to uh, organize, and I had to be very, very flexible, which, as a German coming to India, was not always easy. I was used to being straightforward, and 1 + 1 is 2. And in India, things are quite different. And it took me a couple of years. And now I have a very good head shake also. And sometimes when I come back to Germany, they actually ask me, what do you mean? Is it a yes or a no? because I adopted the Indian way of communication. So I was lucky to get into service fields in the Yagya in the beginning. And then we got Gyan Sarovar and bought the land. And then Dadi Kumaka, she said, Gyan Sarovar is for the foreigners. And all the foreigners, they should build some bungalow or something. And I said, why not? Let's build a house. And I built the tiny little solar house in the corner of Gyan Sarovar behind the hall. And then the next building was a little meditation dome, the Golden Meditation Dome. But after that, I was just so tired of construction in India. I said, that's enough now. And then I started living quite from early time of Gyan Sarovar in the compound, actually before it was inaugurated and there was any other building. And I had many profound experiences with, which then also helped me to move forward. I got many test papers. One time I was sleeping there. I was starting to live in Gyan Sarovar, and there was in the nighttime no fence, no other building. And nighttime the bear came, and scorpions came in the building, and centipedes came, and it was a little scary. And I even had the experience I get visited by ghosts, you know, by spirits. So I was sometimes a little bit scared. And then spoke to some senior brothers, and they says, don't worry, Golo, just be with Baba and everything will be all right. Well, you know, if you're scared, you're scared. Anyhow, all these experiences, when I involved myself in service head on, I benefited tremendously. It helped me to jump in my spiritual progress. So I'm very, very thankful if a service opportunity comes in front of me. And I always say, Hanji, I always try to say yes to a service opportunity because it has an incredible sacred and secret mechanism to help in your own spiritual progress. It's a multiplier. It's maybe like sitting 10 hours in yoga. So doing service for Baba in a good consciousness is a blessing. And we should actually never miss this opportunity. And whenever we have a chance, we should grab it. Or if there's no chance, create a chance. Nobody stops us to do service for Baba. And many times Baba says the biggest service is the service through our mind, because it's unlimited and it reaches everybody. So then I started living in Gyan Sarovar. Then we got there was always power cuts and all this going on. So I thought, wow, let's introduce solar energy to Yagya. And I brought some small gadgets and this and that, solar gadgets to Yagya, and then installed a small solar system at Solar House, got some government funding from the German government for it, and we called it then Solar House. Despite it is made out of mud bricks and it is an environmental friendly building, the Solar House, it's actually an eco building or green building, you can say. And I installed some solar photovoltaic, small wind generator, and started measuring the wind speed and made a little research paper. And then got more funding, installed solar cooking in Gyan Sarovar, then solar cooking in Shantivan. In 1999, I first installed a solar cooker in Gyan Sarovar, and then I was so tired. I thought, that's it, no more projects in India. And then Ramesh Bhai came to me and says, now you have to build a bigger one in Shantivan. So, and then I said, okay, let's do that one. And then came India one, which was again a multiplication, and was a huge project, almost 10 million euros and government funding, and very, very complicated, and took 8 years to complete the project. And in that time, I went through many, 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 many test papers. Sometimes I wanted to run away, but I couldn't, because I was bound in the project. I had to complete it. And one time I asked Neverby, why people who come to Madhuban and do service there, they're going through this transformation and they have these test papers. And then Neverby said, nothing can be done. Whenever you come and you settle, it is a fantastic chance. It's a fantastic opportunity, but the price you pay is your transformation. And that's why the test papers come. And they said the only thing is endurance and follow Srimad. So got very many wonderful experiences with the senior brothers. With Ramesh Bhai, I worked also very closely. Ramesh was handling all the accounts of the Yagya, the official, and the half of the property of Brahma Kumaris is registered in India, also under the World Renewal Spiritual Trust, which was the first charitable trust the Brahma Kumaris has actually created, I think, 69. And the museum in Mount Abu was the first building registered under the World Renewal Spiritual Trust, and Ramesh Bhai was the managing trustee. So he was sort of the senior brother for the finances and all the big projects, India One, all the solar projects, they all went through him. The foreign funds came through him, and he was a very, very great support. And I remember also the Dadis, especially Dadi Janki, Dadi Kumarka, they were always very, very supportive for the solar projects, and they understood that time will come, this may help us. So as we speak today about self and Baba and time, I feel to get more and more synchronized, one needs also a bit time, and one needs experience in Brahman life. And you get more experiences when you engage yourself in service. That's really my experience. And I'm very thankful. I became a Madhubani Vasi then. There came a time when the Dadis asked us, or the legal account department came up with some pass and some paper, and you had to bring a letter from your parents that they agree that you become a BK. I had a bit of a fighting with Dadi Ratan Mohini. She was in charge of that. I said, Dadi, I'm now 48 years old, and how should I get a permission from my parents? She said, no, you have to get a permission. So then I did a letter and signed myself and said, that's it. And then I still got finally surrendered officially in the Yagya. And me and David, we both underwent that, and we are the two brothers who are basically officially surrendered within the Yagya and live also inside the campus. So I share a lot of stories also with David, and I've seen also his transformation over the time, synchronizing with time, with the self, and with Baba. And then, of course, 20 years ago, Sonia asked me if I would like to come to Copenhagen to the climate conference. It was COP 15 or no, yeah, COP 15 or so, COP 16, Conference of Parties. And I said, okay. And I started to present a little bit the clean technology also then in the UN climate conference. And this was another service opportunity which opened up and which created a lot of benefit for me, of course, but also as a service field to reach out to other souls. And I learned to present our projects in a professional way. I learned to present at press conferences in a formal setting, but also seen Jayanti Ben, Maureen Ben, and many seniors give their lectures and their talks, and learned tremendously in the field of communication, verbal and non-verbal communication, which is so important also in the field of service. So at that time when we joined the UN FCC, as it is called, as an official delegation, you have to get accredited, which is quite a process. We had to show our balance sheet. We had to describe what we're going to do. And so it took a half year or so until we officially got registered. When we participated first time in Copenhagen, it was very funny because people said, "Oh, what you funny yogis are doing here, because we can fix the climate problem. We just need money, technology, and strategy, and we will fix this climate problem." And we said, "Oh, yeah, but you know, we need also to change our inner world and our mind." And they said, "No, no, no, no. We just take money, technology, and strategy. We'll make a good plan and we'll fix everything." That time, Obama was there, Merkel was there, Gordon Brown was there. Many presidents and prime minister came, and everybody thought we'll fix the climate problem. And then in 2016, there was the Paris Agreement, where the world agreed to keep global warming below 1.5 degrees or below 2 degrees. Now, at the last conference in Belém, the atmosphere has changed. There is an atmosphere of frustration. There's also an atmosphere of anxiety, especially amongst younger delegates, and also about fear for the future. And also some sort of hopelessness, you know, that we're not going to make it. And people come now to us, to Brahma Kumaris. They see us since going there since long period and being stable. And they say, "Please teach us meditation, teach us peace of mind, and give us something. So give us a focus so we can also progress and we can make sense out of the situation." So our role slowly is changing from being seen as a little awkward organization. We're suddenly seen as a stable pillar, as an organization which is always there and which represents true spirituality and wisdom. And the news which are coming from climate change are devastating. You might see it in the news yourself. In India, the monsoon this year, very erratic. Some places, no rain, not enough rain. Mount Abu Road, also not so much rain so far. And other places have flooding and are literally submerged in rain, like Bombay got totally flooded. So the weather is more and more getting upside down, and Europe, Germany, France, Spain has drought and catastrophic forest fires. And I'm right now in Istanbul, and a couple of days ago we had rain and the temperature dropped to 22 degrees. It's really a bit strange. And Baba many times spoke about time, which brings us to the third important dimension of this our topic, self, Baba, and time. And if we look into the time, we can see that many of Baba's predictions are becoming true. Baba said that time will come. Part of vinash or destruction will be through nature. And if we look now, it's no more far-fetched. In climate, we have these tipping points, the systems which are in balance and they can tip suddenly. And there are 12 major tipping areas in climate, and 8 of these major systems, like monsoon systems, circulation systems, or ice fields, glaciers, they start big signs of change and transformation. So time is now becoming also a sort of teacher, not only to logic people, but also specifically also to Brahmins. Interestingly, Baba said, I will tell you everything, and then a time will come when I have told you everything, I will go up, and then you have to come up. I will not come down any longer. And if we see what happened in Yagya, we can say that this moment has already happened. Baba's program has changed dramatically, and Baba is not coming anymore in person to us. We see the video, but Baba is not leaving Paramdam, entering Dadi Gulzar. It's no more possible. So Baba's program has changed dramatically, but we also can see that the Dadis have left us and the senior brothers have left us. So these souls, the Dadis, have been responsible for the sustenance and the expansion of the Yagya. These were the Maharathi souls which expanded the Yagya and sustained it, and they are gone. And this is a big, big signal for all of us that time has entered a new quality. Time has now entered the quality of uncertainty. And we can see that in climate change, which is accelerating, is devastating, already impacting so many people around the world, which is undermining the food security. Since 2 years, the global food production is shrinking. That's why food prices are going up. Not because of inflation, because farmers can harvest less. But we can also see massive economic tensions all around the world. It seems our current economic model has reached the limits of its growth. It has reached the plateau, the ceiling. We cannot grow any further. And an interest-based monetary system is always bound to collapse after a certain time. And it seems we're very, very close to that collapse if we see also the amount of debt which has been accumulated by many countries, especially by the most important countries. They're totally debt-ridden. In addition, we see geopolitical tensions of highest magnitude. If we look at the moment I'm in Turkey right now, and there's a very interesting scenario because east of Turkey, northeast of Turkey, not far from here, is a big war going on. Actually, you just travel out of Istanbul through the Bosporus north and you're in the Black Sea. And the Black Sea is already no more safe. Drones are flying around, ships being attacked and so on. Wars going on not far from here. And you go to the south of Turkey, Antalya, you go further down south, cross the Mediterranean. Again, you are in a war zone. And this war is disrupting our global energy supply and undermining also economic stability. So some scientists say all this crisis which we have, geopolitical, climate crisis, economical crisis, they're converging into a polycrisis, a crisis of our civilization, a crisis of humanity, and a crisis of the planet. And this is what we can feel also at the climate conferences, that people can feel it. They slowly start talking about these things, and these levels of anxiety, worries, and fear, they're rising and rising and rising. And this is also a new quality of time, and is again telling us, Brahmins, you have now to switch on the light and radiate love, peace, and compassion to the world. So now the big point, most important, is how to bring time, Baba, and the self, how to synchronize it, how to bring it together, make it one. It means we Brahmins have to see the signals of time. We have to increase and accelerate our efforts. and really go, as Baba so many times says, from sometimes into permanent, increase the time of our remembrance. Last days, Baba spoke about chart. Sometimes Baba says we should, at the end, we will be in permanent yoga, but at least we should get 6 to 8 hours. So just think about it. As a Brahmin, where am I right now? How much I'm in the consciousness, I'm a soul and not the body. How much I'm still sometimes getting attracted to others, to things which I can buy, which I don't really need, to technology gadgets. How much I'm really firm in soul conscious. How is really my relation to Baba, to the Supreme Being? Do I experience all these different relations with Baba, the teacher? Yes, the knowledge is there. But how is my yoga with him? How is my rate of transformation? How is my relation as a beloved, as a teacher, as a guru, as a father, and as a mother with him? Do I really have 100% faith in him and faith also in me? Do I trust Baba? Do I trust myself? We really have to ask us these questions, and we have to accelerate now our spiritual dharana, our efforts, and really understand that time is calling us. Time is actually knocking at the door. And this is the new quality of the time. All the years I was in Gyan, time didn't have that particular quality. And the souls of the world were not that desperate and lost as they are now. Suddenly they all feel that gadgets, consumerism, being rich, having family relations, these are all things which not give permanent happiness. They are temporary. Everybody can feel it. And everybody's longing for the light to charge himself up. So for us Brahmins, it's the call to intensify our meditation. And Baba said, make your Amrit Vela very powerful. And last days Baba spoke, see that your mind is not wandering in meditation. And I checked myself, and so many times my mind was wandering. I'm flying tomorrow, I have to do this, I'm going here, and then this and this and that. And I said, Golo, stop it. Stop thinking about all this thing. Concentrate, because time is calling. Concentrate on Baba and make Amrit Vela very powerful, and sit with Baba, only Baba, and silence. And slowly charge yourself up. Bring this light of Baba more and more into your own energy field, into your aura, which is around yourself, and slowly remove the shadows and the traumata and the programming of the past, the sanskars of the past. Open your heart. Open your heart and embrace wholeheartedly Baba as the beloved one. Love yourself and start loving the world, and send out this vibration to the souls, but also very, very important to the physical reality, because the world is a product of our collective thoughts and emotions and visualizations. We, all the time, to the vibration we're sending out, impact and shape physical reality. There has been an interesting film. It's called The Matrix. And you can take the green pill or the red pill. And when you take the red pill, you wake up to reality. When you keep the green pill, you're sleeping further. So Baba always says, open the third eye and you will see what's really going on. You will really experience Baba as the shiny star in subtle realm, you really will see Brahma Baba in his angelic body, and you will see all the others. Baba said, I will not come down any longer. Now you children have to come up to me. And time is telling us, Baba saying in every murli, time is very short, time is very short, but we can see it. You know, we don't need the murli any longer, and the other souls also can see it. So the big question is, what are we Brahmins waiting on? How much more we want to see the world going downhill? I sometimes feel every moment, every week, every day is very, very precious. And I'm sort of, in a way, thankful about this title, because it sort of summarizes a bit also my personal efforts to intensify my meditation, get rid of my final karmic accounts, which are registered in my subtle energetic body, make my yoga with Baba complete. Let me experience all the various relations with Baba, and then become an instrument, a right hand of Baba. Right hand means I'm there, I'm with him. When there's a service to do, I say Hanji, because service is a fast, very, very fast way forward. And this all sort of propels me to accelerate my spiritual progress. And of course, we're all dealing with all sorts of situations. We call them karmical accounts. Psychology calls them traumata. And they are with our body, they are with our mind, they are with our money, and they're with our relation. And the faster you progress, they will come up, don't worry. They're just waiting. So we should not be worried about this karma. We should now start flying. Also flying about these little hurdles which are coming, which might be in the center with other Brahmins, with relations, with financial things, you know, not enough money, this and that. Baba said also, at the end days, all facilities, all money in this world will come to you, and all facilities will be freely available. So synchronizing the self, Baba, and the time basically means for me intensifying my yoga, intensifying my spiritual effort, go more and more into experience I'm a soul, go more into the stage of introversion, into silence, having variety of relations with Baba, experience them practically, open your heart, love yourself, love the world, embrace the world, open yourself for creation. Creation means I visualize Satyuga in my mind. And when we all together visualize Satyuga, we create it actually. Matter flips. The mind is the master of matter. The mind always gives the energy, the life energy into physical reality to form. So when we change our vision, when we heal our aura, our astral body, when we start shining, we have this impact and matter will follow. Matter always follows the mind, it reacts. Matter is a mirror, is a reflection of our consciousness. And that's why Baba also says that time is with the children. It's also very interesting. And Baba says at the end, there will be death silence in the world. And death silence means time at the end will stop. There will be absolutely stillness. And when time stops, matter stops. And science calls this a singularity. And there has been a scientist, Sir Roger Penrose, which says the world is moving from expansion to contraction, expansion and contraction. And isn't that interesting that this is matching also what Baba is telling us? So synchronizing self, Baba, and time means to become perfect on a fast track. And this is what time is telling us right now. So I think I've spoken now 50 minutes or so, and thank you very much. And I hope it made some sense and you felt a bit inspired about my story and about the title, Synchronicity of Self, Baba, and Time. And I give back to the MC, and maybe there are some questions.
Thank you so much, Brother Golo. That was really lovely. I heard some of those stories before, but it's also still so interesting to hear it from another perspective, what you were telling. And it's really very inspiring for all of us, I am sure. For me, yes. Let's see what can we see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. I have also followed up. There is no question in our chat box, but I have just prepared something. I was really wondering, I can see that as you have told us from at the beginning, you always have the inspirations for the need of service. And it was always the perfect timing. And that was really interesting to me. So they are all help your spiritual transformation as well as the yagya's transformation, yagya's progress. And how do you get these touchings? It's really great that you just felt that what needs to be done at that specific time, and it was always the right time. So it would be very interesting if you can share maybe some specific experiences.
I cannot really say much how to how to develop the art of getting a touching and acting in the right time. I think uh, I feel very lucky that I have this ability, and I was at the right time and did the right was at the right spot and the right time. I remember when Daddy Kumarka said every country should build a house in Gyan Sarovar. I said, okay, let's do it. And I asked some others, young brothers in Germany, come on, let's go to India and let's build something there. And they asked me, said, Golo, are you mad going to India and building something there? Nah, forget about it. It's not worth and diddle daddle diddle daddle. And I didn't stop. I was so full of enthusiasm. I ran there. I started, and that triggered many, many, many things. Because I had a house, I had to look after it, I had to stay there, and suddenly I was in India on the other side. So being at the right time and the right moment and the right spot, I think one of the things we have to look into is being close to Baba and being able to catch inspirations from above. And some people have it naturally, but I think one can also learn about that. One can open up the mind to Baba and says, Baba, please touch me. Please inspire me. What should I do? It's like tuning the radio frequencies, adjusting your antennas So you're catching the inspiration from up above. I think this inspiration or the drama is always there, full of opportunities, and it's a bit about us. And of course our nature and sanskars that we say, okay, I go for it. I'll do something. Of course, one has to be a little bit adventurous. One has to be a little um, thinking out of the box sometimes. One has to be open for newness also, But all these things also can be learned. So I feel open up the intellect for Baba's touching is a good way to go forward to sort of do new things and create things also in Baba's service.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's true. But I also feel that it's a gift from Baba to be given to you, and you have become the Madhuban Nivasi. You have this great faith in Baba that encourages brother to say Haji to everything what you have heard or what you have inspired and to go for it. I think it's great, I felt like how wonderful to have such an experience in someone's life. And I
Yeah.
have to say, I'm proud of you to know
Thank you.
you and to spend some time with you. Really, it's
Well,
great.
we're coming back.
Yes, I know. I know that will be great to.
We are like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I'll be back.
Oh, no, you are all welcome, most welcome to be back.
Yes, wonderful. Yeah,
It will
yeah.
be really
You
great.
see, I was so lucky because I could see all this. I could observe and live together with many seniors, with many of the great souls in Yakia, and that was a fantastic inspiration, to be in company with elevated souls. So that was a big point of progress for me because I could observe and learn through observing. So
That's very true.
it's a good thing to go to Madhuban. It's a good thing when seniors come to hang out a bit and look around, and observe a little bit and see how they're doing things. And as I said, I'm also very thankful for the climate conference because I do it now 20 years, and all those involved, we all have learned tremendously, seeing Jayanti Ben, seeing Maureen Ben, how they talk, how they handle difficult situations, how they phrase things, how they describe things, how they package Baba's knowledge so it comes over the bridge to the other souls in a way that they can accept this. This is seeing and learning. So very thankful for all these opportunities. I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, it's definitely for sure that their company helps a lot to be with them, to get drishti from them, to listen to their classes. It's a great, great, great opportunity. And I was just wondering also, the time, as you had said, that the time is very delicate all over the world. And then it's not so easy to handle the situations all over the world. Like recently, Turkey, some of the parts are very, very hot. Yesterday, we have 42 degrees.
42 degrees
42 degrees. It was really so
in Antalya.
in Antalya. When I opened the door, I was just felt the hot wind, the blowing on my face.
And here in Istanbul, we have 32, 31, yesterday maybe 29, fantastic weather.
Yeah. Well, when you were here, it was also quite good and we didn't suffer at all. But last 2 days, it was
Mm.
really very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And so people are losing hope. I mean, what I'm saying is, seeing all the situations, the war, the hunger, the all the natural
Mm.
calamities in the all over the world, people lose their faith and hope. And how can we help them? As you have said already, we have to share our good vibrations, and
Yeah.
send our, best wishes,
Mm.
pure wishes. But
Well, you see, Brahmins have to become fearless. That's number
yeah,
one. And we
that's
have to
true.
and we have to overcome also the fear of death, because
Mhm.
we are 64 birth used to die, and sometimes not in very nice circumstances. And so we're a bit scared of leaving the body, and we're a bit scared of pain and all these kind of things and uncomfortable situations. And so we have to become fearless of death. We have to overcome it, and we have to embrace the transformation of this world and understand that actually this transformation is a rebirth of the beautiful new age. And we have to embrace the whole process of destruction, creation, and transformation. And then once we embrace that, we become fearless. Hope and joy is building up in ourselves in a big way, and then we can share it. And these things we can share in form of vibration with all the others in the most easy manner. Talking about these things is incredible difficulty, because you have to be very diplomatically, because it's a sensitive topic. Destruction, climate change, death, wars. This is loaded with tons of uh, traumatas in the souls also. So we have to become the embodiment of transformation and hope ourselves, and then through vibrations share it. That's the most powerful and the most uncomplicated method.
Okay, so that's really great. Thank you so much. And maybe the last and the least, would you recommend us some tips that how can we, increase our effort or our relationship with Baba? How can we more close? Because the time is giving all the signals, and
Yeah.
we have to prepare ourselves, no doubt.
Well, our thoughts are literally the key to unlock the experience. So uh, I can prepare myself. I can say, okay, I want to make Amrit Vela powerful. I want to stop wandering my mind around. I want to experience all relations with Baba. I can do a chart. There's so many things. Baba also give yuktis. There's so many yuktis in Brahmin life. Um, I can be a bit more introverted, a bit talk less, a bit more in silence. There's so many yuktis Baba gives every day in the Muli. It's the art to put them in practice. Intellectual, we understand everything. The art is now to put it into practice and go into the depth of it. And as I said, any chance for service, jump it, do it, send good vibrations into the world, start radiating. The more you share, the more you will receive. So time is now calling us, and we should respond to that by accelerating our spiritual effort. And I mean, everybody basically knows what it means. We're all seasoned Brahmins. We listen to the Murlis every day, and Baba tells us what we have to do. We just have to put it into practice. We have to give ourselves a kick and says, let's do it. Let's move forward and let's speed up.